Prabhuji wants everybody to get ready for the new temple. All right? Hare Krishna.
Radheshyam Prabhu ki.
Let's give a big round of applause.
You are Amar
Radheshyam
Prabhu.
Prabhu ki.
Amar Prabhu.
Radheshyam Prabhu ki.
Amarnath Prabhu. What is his name? Suchitra. So we are thankful to Amarnath Prabhu and Suchitra Mataji for opening the doors of the house for all of us. And all Vaishnavas have flooded their home fully. So let us thank them with one Haribo. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Yashodanandana Radha Janarandana Yamuna Tiravanatari Yashodanandana Radha Janarandana Yamuna Tiravanatari Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की श्रील प्रभुपाद की राधा वृंदावन नटवर की श्री श्री गौर निताय की. The topic that Prabhu has chosen is a very interesting one. I can throw a discussion on the topic involving many of you. That's one of the ways we can do. But I'm planning to take another approach today, because for the students' youth preaching, we make PowerPoints which we teach them. And this is one of the topics which is coming out of comfort zone. So I thought if I show you this PPT today, probably you'll be inspired to take up youth preaching. That was some of you. So like this, we have 75 lessons. We have like this. One of the lessons I'm showing you today. It's called as the course is called GAME, G-A-M-A we call it. Gita for All Made Easy. So this is one such lesson. Therefore, I am trying to use this today for the session. Let us see how you like it. You see, the spiritual world, Vaikuntha, is a eternal home for all the souls, all of us. But right now, where we are living, it's called material world. You will study about this in the 15th chapter of the Gita. Lord Krishna says, Urdhamalam Adashakam. That's a very beautiful analogy Lord Krishna gives. He says, of course, I can say the analogy right away, but instead of saying the analogy, if I tell you a little story, you will never forget this analogy forever. You see, once a queen who was, along with all her friends, was bathing in a pond, in a lake. And she was playing in the water, splashing water with all of them. They had a good time. But when she came out, to wear her bangles and the necklace and the earring and nose ring and everything. The necklace was missing. And she cried. Then all the friends, our friends reported to king. The king said, why do you cry? I can get a new one for you. She said, no, I need only that necklace because it was given to me by my very intimate friend. So she will ask me, where is the one which I gave you? So she said, at any cost, I need to get my necklace back. The king was wondering what to do. Maybe some thief has stolen it. So he told the ministers to announce, anybody who would get that necklace back, they will get $1 million. Of course, the cost of the necklace was also $1 million only. So, but you will get a gift of $1 million. So everybody in the kingdom became very eager to find out the necklace. It went on for a few days. So one fellow was in the frontiers of the village near another lake, another large lake. He was hanging around there from morning to evening. So one sage passing by looked at him and said, hey, early morning I saw you here, and all day what are you doing here in a lonely place, secluded place? This place is surrounded by thick forests, trees and everything, and there's a large lake. What are you doing here? The man was a little hesitant to tell the sage. And the sage said, you seem to be hiding something. What is your thought? So the man said, I can talk to you, I'm only afraid. Okay, I'll show you something. But when I show you something, that is going to bring me a prize of $1 million from the king. But you should not ask for a single penny. No, don't ask for even $1 also. You promise me, then I will show you something, he said. Then the sage said, I don't need any money. I'm quite happy, he said. Okay, tell me what do you want. Then the man brought the sage to the place. He showed him the lake. The necklace was right there and shining, brilliantly. Man said, from morning to evening, I'm putting my hand in the water to pull out that necklace. But in my hand, I'm only getting stones. I'm not getting the necklace. I don't know what to do. So sage laughed and said, wait a minute, I'll get it for you. Immediately he climbed up the tree and brought the necklace from the top. because some crow which was flying had picked up the necklace and it had hung it on the branch of the tree. Isn't it? So when sage gave, the man was so happy. That never occurred to him. He never thought that it is actually only a reflection of the necklace in the water. He didn't. He was all the time struggling. So, and the man was very happy. The sage said, I don't want any money from you. But the price that you have to pay for getting this from me is you have to hear a 1 hour class from me, he said. The sages are eager to give class to people, isn't it? So what is the class he gave him? The sage told him, see, the real happiness is in the spiritual world. And in the material world is like a reflection. It's like a lake reflection. In the material world, happiness is in view, but out of experience. It's like gulab jamun kept in a glass casing. Outside looks like gulab jamun, you can't touch it, can't enjoy it. You'll always see happiness appears to be at an arm's distance, but when you go near, you don't get it. It's always escaping. Why is it so? Because this material world is a perverted reflection. And that Lord Krishna teaches in the 15th chapter of Gita. So Vaikuntha is a place, Kunta means suffering. Vaikuntha means no suffering. It's a place of no suffering. Here you get sweet rice with stones. There you get only sweet rice. Here is a mixture of sukh dukh, manapaman, shita ushna, it's like that. And there you get the pure happiness. Everybody respects one another. Everybody thinks I am servant. In the material world, everybody thinks I am boss anu boss. There people think I am dasa anu das. That's the difference, isn't it? Here everybody thinks I am the center. If you ask a man in your home, who is the boss? He says, I am the boss. Naturally, I'm bringing the money, I am the boss. You ask the wife, she will say, what boss is he? He comes and gives all the money to me. I am the financial minister. I am the boss, she will say. I keep in the bureau and I release the money little by little. He has to ask permission from me for every penny he uses. And the child will say, how can my mother say that? I am the real boss of the house. How? When I scream, waving my hands and legs, everybody comes running. I am the boss. So everybody thinks who is the center in this world? Themselves. Whereas in spiritual world, everybody agrees honestly that Krishna is the center. And all of us are revolving around the Lord. Lord deserves to be loved and worshipped. And we are, like my spiritual master is very profound in giving certain examples. Once he said, when he was speaking to us, leaders group, we were a group of leaders, he said, you are not the root of the tree, you are only a leaf in the tree, he said. That hit us so hard, because generally we may tend to think that, everybody is reporting to me, so I am the boss, we think like that. So he said, no, you are only a leaf in the tree. That means you are also one part of the, group of devotees. You consider yourself one of the coordinators of the events. Don't think you are the boss. So in the spiritual world, everybody thinks I am das. Here, everybody thinks I am boss. Correct? No? That type of mentality people have. And because of that, everybody in this world gives suffering to one another. The mosquito gives suffering to me, and I take electric bat and roast the mosquito. Both are giving suffering to one another. Same way, like in our school days, we had a, one teacher. She put a balloon, big red color apple balloon. You all have seen that? Huh? She put one apple balloon behind all of us. She tied it. We didn't know why she's doing that. For all the students, she did. And she gave us all one needle also. Keep it, you, she said. Keep it. And immediately children started going to the other children and pricking their balloons behind. Pat. It was just exploding. So, and the madam said, I never told you to do anything, you guys. Why did you do this? And the student said, madam, we don't know why, but there is some fun in doing this. Similarly, in the material world, everybody takes fun in pricking the egos of others. I prick your ego, you prick my ego. Everybody wants to prove I am right, you are wrong. Correct, no? In the spiritual world, nobody wants to prove, everybody wants to improve. That is spiritual world. So good devotee means they are in which mode? Proving mode or improving mode? Improving mode. They always say that. Thank you for your feedback. I'll try to follow. My dear friend Gaurang Prabhu told me, I have heard in lectures that Vaishnavas are, ready to take feedback and, accept the feedback and follow it, implement in their life. But in real life, he said, when I gave feedback, people get wild. So I have stopped giving feedback. He said, now I do only feed front. I only feed prasad. He was selling, just feed them, cook for the 5,000 people and feed them. Everybody is in a smile. Everybody says, very good, Gaurang Prabhu. Correct now? So, Vaishnavas are willing to receive feedback and improve. They are in the mood to improve. That's the difference between Vaikuntha and this material world. See, your picture is shown, Vaikuntha, even the tiger and deers, they are embracing. There is one verse which Brahmaji says, Yatra naisarga durvaira saha sandramrigadayah mitrani ajita vasa drutaruttarshakadikam. You know the meaning of this verse? Yatra naisarga durvaira, naisargik roop se. In a natural way, there are inimical creatures. Like you see tiger and deer, or rat and cat, mongoose and snake. You will see peacock and snake also. Correct, no? So they're all inimical creatures. In this world, you see them fighting also. Correct, no? The rat will never like the company of a cat. Whereas cat will eat him up. Correct, no? But you will find in Lord Shiva's Darbar. Shiva Darbar means who are all sitting. Shiva is there. Next to him, Parvati Mata is there. Then on the laps, two children are sitting. Who are they?
Ganesh and Karthik.
Give one applause. Yeah. In America, if a child knows, is the great thing. They know the names of Hollywood, Bollywood actors, actresses. But if they know Ganesha, Karthik, it's special. It's very good. So now this is the Darbar of Shiva. And imagine all the Vahanas of Shiva, Parvati, Ganesha, Karthik are parked in the parking lot. You know what will happen? Ganesha's Vahana is which one? Mushik. That will be eaten by whom? The snake of Shiva, or even the peacock also, isn't it? And the peacock can eat up the snake also, of Shiva's neck. Correct, no? And the tiger, which is Durga's Vahana, that can eat up Shiva's Nandi bull. Correct, no? Next day, they all want to board their Vahana. They don't find many of them. Many of them missing. Correct. Does that ever happen? Never it happens. Why? Because Shiva is always doing Ananda Tandav. He's dancing, and all these vahanas are playing mridangam, kartal. Just like our Narahari was doing such a beautiful kirtan. Narahari and Parikshit, they do such nice kirtan. So the home is a happy family, happy home, sweet home. The home becomes a sweet home when kirtan happens in the home. Correct, no? So because Shiva's Darbar, everybody is into kirtan, completely absorbed. They lose the Vairi Bhavana, enemical nature, completely. That's a secret, actually. On the contrary, where the Lord is not the center, kirtan is not the center, all of the inimical natures come up. That will be a misunderstanding. So that's the point mentioned here in that verse. Naturally, inimical creatures in spiritual world like tiger and deer, they drink water together in Yamuna. They have no enmity in spiritual world. Material world, they have enmity. So, like we see in the, you all know this famous verse, Asatoma, Tamasoma, Mrityorma. Correct, no? So, Mrityorma means world of death. And Amritam Gamaya means world of immortality. We should go from the world of death, which is this world, to the world where nobody dies. And we should go from this world where everything is temporary. Like, for example, our bodies are temporary. Everything is temporary, what we carry. In that world, everything is permanent. We should go to that world. And from the world of ignorance, which is darkness, we should go to the world which is full of knowledge and wisdom. That's the point. So, like here you're seeing the traveling spaceman. What's his name? Devadattam yamam veenam swara brahma vibhushitam murchayitva harikatam layamanacharamyaham. Like that Narada is telling. Once Lord Vishnu called me and gave me this veena. His own veena he gave me. And told me, Narada, now you fly and everywhere. Go to heaven, go to Vaikuntha. Always keep singing. And bring many, many suffering souls back to my abode. So that all jiva suffering souls can be relieved of their suffering and they can come and live happily in spiritual world. So Lord has given this mandate to Narada. Narada goes everywhere. He is a friend of everybody. Even Dhira Jana Priyakaro. He is a friend of even ruffians also and good people also. Like he makes friendship with, even Hiranyakashipu also. He goes to Hiranyakashipu Sabha. He goes to the Sabha of Kamsa also. You've seen that? Can any of us devotees go and talk with somebody who's a non-devotee? We always run away from that. We don't like to talk. But Narada can talk to everybody because he's so smart. He can even make Kamsa consider Narada as my friend. He's very intelligent. That's how you see Prabhupada went and lived in the middle of hippies. Isn't it? Hippies were wondering, is he also another hippie? They thought. But very soon they realized, my Lord, he has come to deliver us. He saved us. So you will see Narada, in his travels, what is his main mission if you see Narada's mission? His main point is to tell the jivas, first point, you are not the body, you are the spirit soul. And because you are not the body, you are the spirit soul, you are doing so much for the body, you should do something for the soul also. Like look at the world around us, you see there are so many types of shoes. People are shoe conscious, belt conscious, hairstyle conscious, jeans conscious, t-shirt conscious, mustache conscious, beard conscious, except Krishna conscious. All other consciousness, correct? No? That's the world we are living in, if you see like that. So Narada's point is, give up your bodily consciousness and become soul conscious. Like don't polish the cage. Feed the bird inside the cage. Don't just save the coat of a drowning man. Save the man who is drowning. So his point is to save the soul. So he travels place to place. So see here it is written, the sadhus feel sorry for the suffering children of God who run here and there collecting money and goods, constructing buildings and factories, controlling other living beings and nature and suffering themselves and giving miseries to others due to forgetfulness of the Supreme Lord. And his beautiful abode, Vaikuntha. So the sadhus consider it their foremost duty to liberate such souls from the reincarnation cycle of birth and death. And their goal is to dispatch them back to Vaikuntha. See, the scientists are telling you, don't go, stay here, we'll provide you comfort. Sadhus are telling you, go back to Godhead, go back to Godhead. You have seen that? Like, for example, what is the goal of science? To provide you comfort and help you to adjust with the miseries of the material world. Now, this is a freezing winter, but you don't feel that. pinch of the winter. Why? You have a heat pump now. Huh? Similarly, there is a scorching heat of the summer. That time you have air conditioner, where you have a cool room. So science provides you some facilities by which you don't realize the pinch of the material nature. But therefore, what science provides you is like a painkiller to your disease. See, if somebody has cancer, should he take only painkiller or should he take medicine? Say, for example, painkiller is only $1. If he takes $1 per day, so you only have to spend $360 in a year. Many may prefer that. But on the other hand, you want a cancer medicine. They say cancer medicine is $5,000, for example. He thinks, no, in a year I spend 365, that's 5,000 is too much, let me just take painkiller. Most foolish people will think that let me survive with painkiller. But the problem is, painkiller suppresses the pain, doesn't let you know how the disease is ravaging the body. That doesn't do it for you. Similarly, when the science pampers our bodies, we tend to think that life is not all that bad. Life is going on. You have a nice car, you have a nice bungalow, you have nice food, you have a family, and the life is going on. And generally, most people, unless there is something that threatens them, they don't wake up, generally. They just keep sluggishly going on and on with material life. They don't. Most people also, therefore Krishna says 4 types of people come to him, right? Artho, Artharthi, Jignasu, and Jnani. In these 4 fellows, two fellows are noble and 2 fellows are less noble. Can anybody say? Which 2 fellows are considered less noble on approaching Krishna? Artha and Artharthi. Because Artha wants money and Artharthi wants money. Artha is a suffering person. So these 2 guys are going, one wants to relieve suffering, another one wants wealth. Correct, no? Like somebody is doing Lakshmi Puja and they put a photo of Lakshmi, gold coins coming from the hand, isn't it? So what type of puja is that? It is simply a self-serving puja. Ultimately, I do puja for you so that you can give me a lot of money. That kind of thing, many people do like that. So Artha and Artharthi are also very self-serving. But the 3rd and 4th are more noble. The 3rd fellow is Jignasu. He is asking a question, who am I? What is this world? What is this body? I don't think I am this body, which is a perishable body. I heard about Atma. What is this Atma? So Jignasu is asking about Tattva Jignasa. What is the real truth? And Jnani is a person who already knows about the soul. You want to know about God. More inquisitiveness about God. So both are very noble. Very few people make that effort. Like I went to one housing colony where I asked the people, can you tell me what are the real problems of life? One of them said, sir, we only get 2 hours of water supply. If they can make it 24-hour water supply, we'll be more happy. I was wondering, my Lord, they don't come anywhere close to scriptures. So I asked the others, can you say any real problem? One fellow said, in our housing colony, there is no library. It would be nice if we can have newspapers and books in a library. Everybody thinks of only immediate problems. They don't think that eventually this body is going from childhood to boyhood to youth to old age. And then irreversibly the body dies. Nobody thinks, what is this body? What is this world? Why God has put me here? So therefore, the sadhus actually try to bring that knowledge. Now in between we get quizzes like this. One of you can read the quiz loudly, please. Read the question, one of you.
Which ones among the following denote the nature of Vaikuntha?
Yeah, you have the mic, another mic we have. Yeah. So we can use the mic. Yes, please.
Which ones among the following denote the nature of Vaikuntha? Freedom from birth, old age, disease and death. Freedom from service, work, speech and thought. It is a still world of silence. Freedom from enmity, envy, hunger and anger. Perishable personalities and imperishable commodities.
So there may be more than one answer also, okay? Okay, A and C, yeah, okay. Only A and C, correct. Yeah, because D is for material world. And B is also, actually he's saying, yeah, B is also wrong. Why B is wrong? Because material and spiritual world also has people doing some seva and speaking and thinking and everything, correct, no? I purposely have given C because some impersonalists may think that B is right. So some answers are given like correct, no? Answer is A and C. Okay. See, like Narada, like Sadhus, what do they feel sorry for? That when the living beings forget the Lord, they turn away from the Lord and they suffer because of that. You all can repeat a verse. Janasya Krishnat Vimukhasya Daivat Adharmashilasya Sudukkitasya Anugrahayeha Charanti Nunam Bhutani Bhavyani Janardanasya. It's a very simple verse it is, Sanskrit verse. 3 words are very important in this. See, Janasya Krishnat Vimukasya. People who have turned away from Krishna. And then Adharmashilasya means what? Adharmashilasya means they became irreligious because of turning away from God. And the result is Suddukkitasya means they became miserable. So that means try to picture us in your mind. Somebody is looking at the sun, there is no shadow. You look away from the sun, there is shadow. That means when you face Krishna, you have no suffering. When you turn your face away from Krishna, there is suffering. So he's saying Janasya Krishna Vimukasya, and then he's saying Adharmashilasya, then Suddhukitasya. Now instead of Suddhukitasya, you want to become Sukhitasya. What you should do? Very simple. Yeah? Turn your face towards Krishna. Instead of Bahirmukh, you should become Unmukh. That's all, turn towards him. So that is one of the intentions of the sadhu's preaching. May all the people turn towards Krishna instead of turning away from Krishna. Can any of you tell me figuratively what do we mean by that? When we say turning away or turning towards, what does it mean literally? In a practical sense, what does it mean? Yeah, following the instructions of Krishna. Very good. That's very good. Nice answer. Yeah. Anybody else want to add to that? Yeah. Serving Krishna as
opposed to enjoying his world.
If somebody is enjoying sense gratification, not caring for God, they are just picking up all the goods given by God and not even ask who gave them. Imagine, for example, I come to your home and take the car and go away. What do you call me? I didn't take your permission. If somebody doesn't take your permission, takes the car and goes home, what do you call him as? Yeah, thief. In 3.11, Krishna says that Bhungte sthena evasas. Sthena means thief. So all living beings in this world are thieves because they are not taking permission from God, except devotees. Devotees actually bow down to God and they take permission also and they thank Him also. We agree everything belongs to you, Krishna. You are so kind. You have given us this Mahaprasad. Whatever I have, what is that verse? Manasa deho jo kichumor harpila tu apadananda. That's a mood of a devotee. So souls are very unhappy that Jivas have forgotten the Lord. Because of that, they are suffering. Now, who suffers? If you see, thief only suffers. Imagine if a police is coming, a thief is afraid. You will not be afraid because you are not a thief. Thief will immediately try to run in the opposite direction. Similarly, you will see that the material nature gives suffering to those who are turned away from the Lord. So, sorry, this is a question it is. What do sadhus really suffer? You can add the 4 answers. You can read. They have to choose 1 or 2, whatever.
Living entities have forgotten Krishna and chasing for happiness in world of Maya. Living entities are collecting money and goods, constructing buildings and factories, and have no time to offer some selfless service to society. All the suffering humans are unaware how to clean their hearts to the chanting of the Lord's holy name and return back to Godhead. The living entities don't know how to end their miseries in the material world by taking to Krishna consciousness.
So in the ABCD, you have to say which are the correct answers. Yes? Yeah? ACD. Actually, B is not a very great concern of sadhu because, see, B appears to be correct answer because they are making so much money and they are not doing some selfless service to society. Actually, doing selfless service to society is like blowing on a boil. So I have a boil. Somebody blows. Is it comfortable or not? How many of you say it's comfortable? It is comfortable, correct. But is it the best way to handle that boil? What should we do? Go to a doctor. Go to a doctor and then apply some ointment, eat some medicine. That's the best. My sister says, Bhaiya, don't go to doctor, he will cut the boil. Better allow me, I will just blow on the boil. So should I believe my sister? Correct, no? She loves me, she says like that, but that's not enough. I better go to a doctor. Similarly, social service which people do, it's like blowing on the boil only. Like for example, you give food to somebody today. Tomorrow he'll come back to you and says, I want food again. 1 week you give him food. Next week he's going to come again. 1 year you give him food. Next year he'll come again. One full lifetime you give. Next, again he'll be reborn and say, I'm reborn now. Please give me again. Isn't it? They're going to come again and again. Or one fellow in Pune was going in his car and there was an accident. And he got his knee broken in the car accident. Very rich man, billionaire in Pune. So on the same spot where his accident happened, he wanted to have a memorial hospital. And that hospital he devoted to orthopedic hospital. He said, if anybody breaks leg like the way I broke, immediately they should come to my orthopedic hospital and we'll give them free treatment. He's made that. So now do you think everybody will have fracture only in that spot only? Correct. Anywhere in Pune they can have, correct, no? That is his feeling. I should make a hospital. But first leg breaks, you repair that. Somebody gets a brain tumor, you repair that. Somebody gets a cancer. Somebody gets multiple organ failure. So this body is a irreparably failing body. Even if you repair also, you will see that all of you look at your own bodies. You were a small baby before. Now the body grows to boyhood and then youth. Eventually the body, how many of you here are above 40 here? You can raise a hand. Yeah, quite good number. So you have experience as you go beyond 40, you can't eat the way you ate before. And then you will also see the body starts having wrinkles. 40, 50, 60, 70 as you go. See, body goes like this. Eating increases and then eating reduces. Strength increases and strength. And beauty increases and beauty reduces. A number of tooths increases, number of tooth. And 1 or 2 out, all out. Isn't it? It'll go. So you will see, same with hairs also. Isn't it? So you have a jet black hair and then later on turns into white hair and that starts falling away also. That's in material bodies like that. So you cannot repair the material body. It's not possible. So our service to the material body is superficial, blowing on the boil. The real service, if you want to do, you can only do for the soul. So Prabhupada came to Pune. There was one very great rich man, billionaire. His name is Malhotra ji. Malhotra asked Prabhupada, Swamiji, I am ready to give you a land for building a temple in Pune. I am a very charitable person. I give so many type of services and everything. I have a question, he said. Why do you build a marble temple? So much marble you guys are putting in the temple. Instead of that marble, sell the marble. With that money, feed the poor people. There are so many people suffering in the streets, children, and they don't get food for many days. So Prabhupada told him, imagine that tomorrow some rich man, Tata Birla, somebody like that, his son is roaming in the road with tattered clothes, weeping. And he happens to be, you happen to be Tata's very near friend, close friend. And you wonder, hey, that millionaire son is wandering in the road. So imagine somebody is coming and giving him some food. Still the child is crying. Somebody is giving him nice clothes to wear because he's wearing tattered clothes. The child is wearing new clothes, still he is crying. Somebody gives him medicine, still he is crying. And then Prabhupada asked him, what would you do, tell me? He said, I will immediately pick up the child in my car and then call the father and connect the child back to the father. Because if the boy meets the father, probably he'll become, maybe he got lost somewhere. I'll connect the orphan child back to the father. And Prabhupada said, that's what ISKCON we are doing. Here all the souls are crying, you give them food, still they cry. Give them job, they become envious with somebody else and want a bigger job. You give them money, like you will see people in village want to come to town. People in town want to go to city. People in city in India, they want to come to America. People in America want to go to another planet. You will see that. There's no end to this. So always people want to go higher and higher and higher. Even in America, people studying in American universities, some people say that I wanted that university, I couldn't get that. You've seen people like that? I only got this, he got that, things like that. You never become satisfied. The jiva, unless the jiva gets Krishna, is never going to become satisfied. So the selfless service to the body is very superficial. Service to the soul by giving them chanting of the holy name. Therefore, Real meaning of preaching means, inspiring people to chant Hare Krishna. And 5 things, A, B, C, D, E. Wherever I'm traveling, I'm telling people. A for association, come to this program once in a week at least, this kind of program. And B for Bhagavad Gita, 1 page a day, 5 minutes. C for chanting, 1 round a day, 10 minutes. So I only ask them, ABC, how many of you can do this ABC? Once in a week, weekly program, and 1 round of chanting Hare Krishna, and 1 page of Bhagavad Gita. This means this is 5 plus 10, 15 minutes per day out of 24 hours God has given you. Almost everybody raises hand when I ask them. And the D, you don't have to tell anybody, prasadam, devotional diet. That without you telling also, they will take anyway. Isn't it? So, but the ABC is very important. That's a real medicine. So give people the medicine. Don't blow on the boil. That's the point. Therefore, the B is not a correct answer. Yeah, here we have mentioned lavish in material life, lazy for spiritual life. See, the lavishness in material life, what happens, it's like sprinkling water in firewood. When you sprinkle water in firewood and then put the firewood in the chula, what happens? Anybody knows? Does the fire come out?
No.
Yeah, what happens? What comes? Smoke comes. So you want smoke or you want fire in the kitchen? In the chula, you want fire because fire serves, smoke troubles. But when you sprinkle water and firewood, you get only smoke. Similarly, the lavishness in material life can dampen our intensity in spiritual life if we become attached to that lavishness. Now, some of you may argue with me, what about Amarish Maharaj? He must have been the most lavish fellow, king of the whole world. So if you see that verse, that's a beautiful verse I'm going to show you. So I can repeat this verse. Griheshu dareshu suteshu bandushu dipottamaskandhanavadi vastushu akshayaratnambaranambaradishu ananta kosheshu agarot asanmatim. You need the translation? Who has the mic with you?
Maharaj Ambarish gave up all attachment to household affairs, wives, children, friends, and relatives to the best of powerful elephants, to beautiful chariots, carts, horses, and inexhaustible jewels, and to ornaments, garments, and an inexhaustible treasury. He gave up attachment to all of them, regarding them as temporary and material.
If we can have this consciousness, you can be as lavish as you want, no problem. Because he was unaffected completely. Like you say, if you have a lotus leaf and you keep a drop of water, does it stick? No, it doesn't wax. It is on the top of the leaf, but it doesn't stick to the leaf. Similarly, you can live in the midst of, you can go in a very costly Rolls-Royce car or whatever. You can live in a big bungalow. You can have beautiful wife and children and big position in the world. Like our Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, recently in one press release, he made a point. He said, many people think that I have a big post and it is very prestigious and so many people respect me. He said, it hardly matters to me what respect and dignity comes by holding such a post. For me, this post is only an opportunity for service. I see it like that. I don't see anything beyond that, he said. Because if I have this power, I have the influence over many resources of the country, which I can use for the welfare of the people. So this goes to where did he learn this from? From Bhagavad Gita. Because there are many saintly people who are advising him, giving him advice. So similarly, the king Ambarish, he clearly knew, on real life example, I'll tell you. Ekalavya Prabhu in those days came to America once. He met this Henry Ford's grandson, you know him? What's his name? Alfred Ford. Alfred Ford became Ambarish Prabhu. He is Prabhupada's disciple. So he went to his house. So Ambarish Prabhu was wearing dhoti kurta and worshipping the deity in the morning. So he opened the door and he gave him a seat and gave him a big plate of dry fruits and everything. And he offered obeisances to Eklavya Prabhu, and Eklavya Prabhu offered back to obeisances. And Eklavya Prabhu asked him one question: Prabhu, you are coming in a billionaire family. In newspaper there was an article, billionaire Bhakt. There was an article about him. So, but how is it that you are so humble and you are given a good chunk of your money to TOVP Mayapur, Temple of Vedic Planetarium Mayapur? Don't you? I mean, how is it that you're so unassuming and not proud at all? So Prabhu told him, see, in this lifetime, I have come in contact with billions of dollars and I am in touch with it. When I leave this body, I will leave this behind and go, and this will no more be mine. And the next life, I don't know which family I'll be born, God knows. But as long as I am in contact with this money and I have the free will or the choice to use this in the best possible way in Krishna's service. Therefore, I am giving for TOVP temple, and otherwise none of us can hold on to the money what we have now. And also he said, because I know my true position very well. Prabhupada starters, you are not the body, you are spirit soul. So I have no reason to be proud. And I am only a custodian, I am not the owner. You understand the difference? What's your good name? Ranchod Prabhu. So Ranchod Prabhu gives his car to me for a couple of days to use when I am in America. I am only a custodian, but Ranchod Prabhu is the owner. You understand the difference? That means if I am, say he gives me a Rolls Royce to use, I can't be very proud that I have a Rolls Royce because it is not mine. As simple as that. It belongs to him. He has just given for me to use. That is his consciousness. So if you have that type of consciousness, then it won't dampen our spiritual life. Otherwise, it will dampen. So here is a story of one Kailash. It's a Puranic story put here. So this fellow was very much lavish in material life, and he was spending all his time in materialistic activities, and he forgot his duty to God. Not that he was atheist. He was very pious. And like you see here, he is doing puja also at home, worshipping Ganesha, and Lakshmi is showering gold coins. He worships. I told you, isn't it? So he will always daily get up and do puja and pray to God, please expand my business very well. I want to flourish and everything. That he will do that. Yeah. And people like Kailash actually, they are called by the term pious materialist. There are two types of materialists: atheistic materialist, pious materialist. Out of the two, who is good? Pious materialist is good because at least pious materialist recognizes, God is, a kind father, and without him, ultimately son will go to whom? He has to go to father and ask whatever he wants. Son or daughter will go. Similarly, I'm going to God. They think at least they are grateful for what they are receiving. But atheists are worse because they are never grateful at all. And they just pick up the things and enjoy like a thief, which is condemned in the scriptures. So atheist is like a rich man's son who just takes the money from home and smokes and drinks and enjoys life the way he wants without caring for the father. And the pious materialists are like people who goes to father and says, Papa, a new model mobile has come. And father gives him mobile. Thank you, Papa. And another 6 months he won't meet the Papa. And then he'll say, Papa, my friends are going for a picnic. I want so much money. Only whenever he wants something, he thinks his father is an order supplier. Only for that he goes like that. Like in India, people do a lot of worship. A lot of people are religious. Like in one temple I saw in a pillar, they have a Hanumanji, you know that? They have, and then they put a lot of makan. The butter they have put in his body with kumkum and everything. Many people actually circumambulate the pillar. They bow down to Hanuman. One fellow was very fervently folding palms and circumambulating Hanumanji and offering namaskar. They wanted to see, hey, appears to be a Rama Bhakta, appears to be a great devotee of Hanuman. And then I was hearing what he was softly praying. Oh Maruti, please give me a Maruti car. And Hanuman will be crying. Is the reason you worship me? He will say, you should take Ram Bhakti from me. I can make you a great devotee of Rama. They are asking for this. So he was like that, this fellow. Yeah. So from here in 4 slides, I am telling you 4 things. How many of you are in the age group 1 to 25 here? Okay. So for you, this is the first part is for you. Learn and grow. So what is learn and then second 25, it will come afterwards. I'll tell you. Yeah. Generally, when you say learn and grow, you ask somebody what is learn and grow. They say that see when your age goes from 1 to 25, you get fatter and fatter. Your clothes gets tight. That you grow naturally. You have to grow and then go to school. That's all. No, this learn and grow is different. What is it? Learn Krishna consciousness. From what age you have to learn? Prahlad says. At the age of 5. From 5 you should learn Krishna consciousness. And what do you grow in? Grow in maturity. And what is maturity? What is right? What is wrong? What is beneficial? What is harmful? And what should be done? What should not be done? And what are the instructions of the Lord in the scriptures that I should abide by in my life to become truly happy? What is short-term goal? Prayers. What is long-term goal? Shreyas. What is the smaller picture of life, bigger picture of life? Recently, in the Kota, Rajasthan, there's a big cutthroat competition to get into IITs, IIT examination. So this year, 24 boys committed suicide. Yeah, this is the first time such a big suicide has happened in that Kota, Rajasthan, because many children are getting pressure from the parents that you have to become an IITian. Yeah. So, in fact, many parents even tell me, Rashmi, we are from IIT. Can you please inspire my son to get into IIT? As if I'm having IIT seats in my pocket. So the parents are also pushing children are also struggling hard, and ultimately you will see that everybody has a limited IQ, whatever IQ they have. Sometimes they are in borderline, sometimes they couldn't make it. So the parents should encourage the children. No problem, beta. If you couldn't join IIT, join NIT. Couldn't get that, join another engineering college. Because your education is a small picture of life, academics. Going back to Godhead is a bigger picture of life. Like for example, every one of you, besides your academics, you have sports, you have relationship with parents, you have friend circle, you have your hobbies. You can, so many other aspects of life are there. Academics is only one aspect of life. But nowadays they are presenting as if academics is everything. If you made it, you are great. Otherwise, you are good for nothing. Like that is why this research is happening. So therefore, maturity is to teach the children. Like I saw these 2 sons of Naveen Pushpa. I feel so happy. Narahari and his brother Parikshit. Both mother and father, they have been keeping the home so Krishna conscious. The children grew in that atmosphere. Correct, no? So they have natural taste. Narahari was telling me that, Prabhu, I am so happy that I got my seat here. I can stay in the midst of devotees. I consider this as the only wealth, he was telling. Just see how amazing it is. A teenage boy is speaking that, can you imagine? So in this way, to cherish the association of devotees, how did he get that script? Because he has seen mother and father devoting their life totally for this lifestyle. So in this way, first 25 years is for developing that type of spiritual maturity. And 25 to 50 is engage and earn. I asked the boys, what is engage and earn? They said, probably I think marriage time, engagement ring comes. Isn't it? And every father asks, if I want a girl to marry, he will ask, what is her salary? That's the first question they ask. Like in Pune, one Mataji was telling, if any of your boys want a girl, tell him that minimum 10 lakhs per annum. No, anybody below that, don't even come. So nowadays, everybody is concerned about the pocket of the boy, correct? Yeah. So that is not what we are talking, engage and earn. Engage and earn is what? Engage in devotional service together, husband, wife. How many of you have seen, whenever we do yajna, around the yajna, husband, wife will be sitting together. Any of you observed it? Because husband and wife should share the taking part in yajna. They both are supposed to throw this thing into the fire. So in religious activities, husband and wife should take part together and they earn bhakti sukriti together. Like opening, just like Amarnath has opened his house today for all of us. This is a spiritual activity. Welcome Vaishnavas to your home, feed them prasadam. Generally, many people don't want to lose any privacy. If you ask them, can we do a program in your house? Why in my house? Why don't you do in the temple? They ask. At temple, anyway, we will do it. We want to come to your house so that, other devotees also benefit, you also benefit, everybody benefits, correct? No? Everything we have, we should try to use it in Hari Guru Vaishnava service. Like you bought a big car. In Pune, many of the Matajis are very intelligent. If the husband gets a big car, she will say that, see, you got a big car. If you don't use it in Krishna service, you will get ahankar. Huh? Ahamkar, I am this car. Huh? So how do you use it? Go and bring some Swami. Huh? Bring some Maharaj from the airport to the temple. So they push the husband and engage them in devotion service. The husband will start chanting mala after that. Huh? Otherwise, wife will be chanting 16 rounds. Husband will not be chanting any rounds. But when they go and take the car and bring some Swamis to the temple, on the way some talk will happen and then he gets inspired. And then he starts chanting after that. That's how many of them came 16 rounds. So we should, whatever we have, we should engage it in Lord service. Whether we have a car, we have a house, we have wealth, whatever. So that is the purpose of this 25 to 50. Earn as much Bhakti Sukriti. Why we have to earn Bhakti Sukriti? There is a reason. 3 things you carry with you at the time of death. Punya, Pap, and Bhakti Sukriti. But this Punya and Pap are material, Bhakti Sukriti is spiritual. Now what happens with Punya? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You come back. Kshine Punya Matyalokam Mishanti. Just like you all know about this LTA, right? Leave travel allowance. Company gives you some money. They give you some 1 week vacation, correct now? You go to some hill station with your children, go to Disney World, SL World, somewhere, roam around, and then money is over. Money is also over, time is also over. And come back to job again, back to job. So heaven is like that only. From earth, accumulate punya, go to heaven, punya exhausted, come back. Similarly, you have pap, go to hell, -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0. Then you come back. So these two get exhausted. But what doesn't get exhausted? Bhakti never gets exhausted. Bhakti always remains like a indeletable, undepletable file. Nobody can delete it. If anybody, even if the devatas go to your bhakti and say delete, access denied, it will say. Nobody can delete it because the account is directly with Krishna. If you have done 30% bhakti in the previous life, next life you will start from what percent? 31 onwards you will start. Correct, no? So that is why, that is the purpose of engaging and earning bhakti sukriti. Yeah. And between 50 to 75, what we should do? Detach and attach. One man in Pune had 4 sons. He was 68 now. So he came and told me, Swamiji, you spoke about detach, attach the other day so nicely. My 4 sons took my 4 business. I don't want to fight with them. I'm going to start a new business, he said. Because I'll detach from old business and attach to a new business. Is that what I said? No. Detach from material life and attach to spiritual life. Because when you get old, generally when you all become, how many of you are between 50 to 75? Anybody? There are a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. See, naturally your sons, daughters will be almost settled in education, correct, no? You will see that they're either doing engineering or they have done almost. No? They have finished it. And they don't depend on you so much. Do they depend on you so much? Yeah. Of course, nowadays people are marrying at the age of 33, 34 nowadays. In those days, they would marry at 18, 20. So therefore, imagine if a girl is 18, she begets a couple of children at that age. By the time she becomes 50, that's what? 32. And when the Mata becomes 50, the child will be 32. But now imagine a age of 33, 34, and they beget a child at 35. So when they are becoming, so child only 15 years old, not even gone to college. Therefore, that means at 50 also you have still responsibility. So recently my eldest sister, she got Shashti Abda Purti, we call it. Shashti Abda Purti, 60 years. This is in Bangalore. They invited me, her husband, Vishwanath Prabhu and Meenakshi Mataji. So I thought, because I am going for that occasion, I should read a little bit about what is Vanaprastha. I should read. So I studied about it, about the Shashti Abda Purti. So one striking thing I read and learned about it. What it says, between the age 25 to 60, the life, it's called as Ugra Ratha. Ugra Ratha means, it's like husband and wife are boarding the chariot and they are, they are marching in the middle world. This problem, shoot that problem. This problem, shoot them. They are tackling one problem after another, just like badminton. Correct, no? And then once they could tackle all the problems, they are very happy that we are successful. Kurvan dukkha pratikaram sukhan manyate grihi, it is said. So it's like really Ugra Ratham, because Like for example, now initially when they are married, there is no child coming for 5 years. Everybody asking, why you don't have any child? What happened? What happened? And they go to doctors, they go to temples, they do so many puja and everything. At last, a child is coming up. They're very happy. Huh? Now Mataji is pregnant, everybody is very happy. But then doctor says the child has some complication. Huh? Mother's life is in danger, child's life is in danger. The whole family gets extremely disturbed. Huh? And they're ready to spend any amount of money to save both the lives. At last, when both the lives are saved, they're relieved. Huh? Ah, good, very beautiful child is born, and mother is safe, child is safe. They announced to everybody, they're happy. But then the child, sometimes takes a cooker weight and puts in the mouth. Huh? You take care the child doesn't pick up this and that. Our child goes and touches the fire in the kitchen. Huh? Or takes a knife and cuts sabji and cuts his finger. So the small children are very difficult to raise. Huh? Mothers are always in anxiety. So, and then when the child grows, his anxiety gone. Imagine if a girl is grown to teenage, parents have another type of fear. She should not elope with somebody, she should marry whomever we fix and things like that. Or if somebody is a grown-up boy, he should not become a drug addict. Now they have one more fear, he should not become brahmachari. That's another fear. Like one mother told her son was wearing a white and white dress coming to temple. She told, "Beta, go to temple, but instead of white kurta, you should wear a colorful kurta. Because whenever I see you in white kurta, I'm afraid you become brahmachari." So all these different fears they have. But once you come to 60, children are grown up, son is settled in a business or job, daughter is married and settled. Then that's called as Ugra Rata Shanti, he says. Shanti means peace. Thank God. Now, so you don't have the worry of child raising. Therefore, detach and attach. So there he says in India, they do a second marriage. One marriage happens at the age of 20, 25. Another marriage at the age of 60. Of course, they marry the same person only again. It's not a new marriage. Yeah. Same husband, wife come, they exchange garland. They exchange garland. And and it's celebrated almost like marriage. It's a big festival. So my sister was asking, why this kind of big festival they celebrate? So then I was telling, why celebration? Because this marriage is for a different purpose than the previous marriage. In previous marriage, you take responsibility. In this marriage, you give up responsibility to the sons and daughters. Ugra Rata Shanti. You give it to others. Children should take business and children should take responsibility. And then what do you do after detaching? You go to sleep? No. You attach yourself to Krishna. How? By studying the scriptures, chanting the holy name. And if mother and father become very saintly, then the children, grandchildren also respect them very much. I've seen with my own eyes. The mother used to read the spiritual books and chanting the holy name and chanting many stotrams and everything, going to temple. She will never be interested in anything else. You're fully into it. Then naturally and also when she's at home, she will do some service silently. So speaking much, cutting sabji, helping the daughters and things like that. So when parents are very spiritual minded, you naturally develop respect for them. On the other hand, if the father, mother become too interested in the business and micromanaging children, will they be happy? They will say that, there's an age gap also. Children have different ideas, parents have different ideas, some tussle comes in there. That's why detach and attach. Okay. And then 75 to 100 is pray and prepare. Learn all the prayers, like Prahlad Maharaj prayer, Gajendra Moksha prayer, Brahma's prayers, everything. And prepare for the death. Death will come anytime when one is beyond 75, 80. One should be prepared in the mind that let me go back home, back to Godhead. When my father, my three sisters told me, you are a brahmachari. Don't worry at all about the parents. We will take full care. Especially my last sister, she's like a leader of the home. She's the youngest one, but most intelligent. She said, we will take care, don't worry. So my father was in Coimbatore. All three sisters lived in 3 houses next to each other. So they were taking care. But my father, suddenly when he became 84 years old, he told my sisters that although you all are taking care of me well, your father should never stay with the daughter. The father should stay with son only. He should not be at the mercy of his daughter. So I am going to Pune. I am going to stay with my son. Although my son is a monk, I will stay near the temple. He is spending so much time with God, and I also should at least get some opportunity and my body is aging, and he was becoming bedridden. He said, I want to end this life in a very divine way. So my mother was so happy. She called me and said, I can't believe, because my mother was already ready to come to Pune 10 years ago, 10, 20 years ago. But my father would tell her, you go with your son, I'm not coming, he would say. But now he came, they both came, staying next to the temple. And they took a house, he wanted to see the Gopuram and leave the body. So he used to often say, Gopura Darshanam, Papa Vimochanam. So they took a house right next to the temple and seeing the Gopuram daily and praying Chakra. The Guru Puja time, we will go for Pradakshina. He would see all the devotees and offer them obeisances with his hands. From the window, he'd be always watching. So His Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu had come. He did 1 hour kirtan, he did. The next day, my father left the body. Yeah, in front of me only, I was there also. So my father every day used to sing this Vishnu Sahasranamam. He had a booklet with big, big letters. And he would be hearing the kirtan and he would be reciting also. So I saw them leaving their body in a very prayerful mode. Very, very good consciousness, blissful. Mother was coming to temple morning, evening. So I would say that the old people who are very old should be like a ripe mango in spiritual life, completely absorbed in spiritual. That is the purpose of 75 to 100. Okay, now quiz. Who can read it? Who has the mic with you? Yeah.
The problem with Kailash was he was a non-devotee who had no time for God. He had time but was attached to enjoying life, making money because he was an atheist. He worshipped Lakshmi Narayan regularly and faithfully as a pure devotee. He went to temple but only prayed for material benefits from Lord.
ABCD, which one? Only D. Correct. Correct. One more question, yeah?
Pious materialists are different from devotees of Lord Krishna in the sense that they are only concerned about material life and cannot see the temporary nature of this world. B. They don't cultivate spiritual knowledge but use piety to increase material prosperity. C. They have piety and they use all the materials they have exclusively in Krishna's service. D. They are pious devotees of Lord Krishna who live in material world untouched by matter.
Is it C? No. Huh? A and B. A and B. See, C, if you say they have piety and they use all material, they have exclusive in Krishna service. They don't use exclusive in Krishna service. They want this material benefits for whose enjoyment? Their own enjoyment. So A and B are the answers. Here one more question. See, engage and earn, you have to find out ABCD. Which one? B, yeah. And pray and prepare? D. Learn and grow? A. Detach and attach? C. So chant and prepare one's mind to awaken loving remembrance of Supreme Lord? Yeah. Actually, it is ABCD. Everybody should do that, but especially D. Increase spiritual activities and delegate material activities to grown-up children. C. Involve oneself and family in devotional activities to increase Bhakti Sukriti. B. Cultivate spiritual knowledge and spiritual training for maturing in Bhakti Yoga practice. Yeah. Understood, no? Now you all understood the 4 stages very well. Yeah. So now, one day Narada Muni is coming to Kailash and asking, Kailash, I got a free Vaikuntha passport. I got a visa to go to Vaikuntha. I can take you with me. Would you like to come? So Kailash said, sorry, sir. I have my children. I have to take care of them. So generally in this world, you will see at any given time, we have some responsibility. One Shankaracharya was walking on the road. He sang a poem. He said, Balyavastha, Krida Sakta, Tarunavastha, Taruni Sakta, Vriddhavastha, Chinta Magna, Parabrahmani Kopina Sakta, He said, small children are playing games and the grown-up boys, teenage boys are like teenage girls. And the people who are married, they are worrying about making money. And people who are already making money, they are worried about promotions in the company and to higher statuses like that, isn't it? And one who has got retired, he is worried about his health. So everybody in this world is worried about something, but nobody has time to worry about God. He said, people are very forgetful, he said. That's what is the, like Prabhupada saw old people playing checkers in America. So they were not interested in Krishna consciousness. So That is what I told you. Different phases of life, correct, no? Children are playing with toys, teenage boys, teenage girls, and after that you become old, and then eventually people leave the body. They don't know. They waste their time in useless entertainments, fish catching, and playing some game and everything like that. Yeah. Generally, people say, once this responsibility gets over, then I will take to Krishna consciousness. That's like the waves of the ocean. If somebody says, let the wave stop, then I'll take a bath. The wave will never stop, you will never take bath, you'll be stinking only. Huh? Isn't it? Better along with the waves, you go and take bath. Just like Gajendra, you will see. Along with the crocodile catching his feet, he was plucking a flower and offering it to Lord Narayana. You will see that. You see that? Sontasya raschurubaleena grihita artho दृष्ट्वा गरुत्मतिहरिं कवुपातचक्रम् उत्क्षिप्य साम्बुजकरं गिरमाह कृच्छ्रान् नारायणा अखिल गुरो भगवन् नमस्ते नारायणा अखिल गुरो भगवन् नमस्ते नारायणा अखिल गुरो भगवन् नमस्ते. He's saying, oh Narayana, spiritual master of the whole world, I offer this flower to you in Archana, please accept it. Even though the crocodile was catching his feet. Similarly, you will see somebody has a small baby at home, the baby requires attention. Or somebody is newly wedded, they have to put up the family now. All the luggage and everything has come, they have to set the house properly. Or somebody is searching for a job, or somebody has examination. Whatever it is, the life is not going to be much lighter, or the schedules are going to be tighter only. In the midst of that, one should find, like you all think about it, every day we brush our teeth, right? If there is examination, do you stop brushing teeth? You brush your teeth, you take your bath, you eat your prasad. Same manner we should chant also. Chanting Hare Krishna, studying the scriptures every day. ABC we should do every day. Association in the form of hearing lectures, little bit at least. So ideally speaking, every devotee should try to hear 20 minutes of Prabhupada lectures, Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. And 20 minutes of spiritual master, half an hour of Prabhupada book reading. This is association. And then, and similarly chanting, what a fixed number of rounds you have taken promise. So Arjuna was a warrior in the battlefield. Even in the battlefield, he took out time to hear Gita, correct now? Where the heads were flying. Even in that, he was taking out time. Okay. So Narada returned back, asked Kailash, are you ready now? Kailash said, now my sons have begotten children, I am taking grandson for a walk. How can I come? I have no time. Plus, he was also micromanaging the business of his sons also, saying that his sons are foolish and not intelligent. They don't know how to save money and all that. Now, yeah, here activity. See, what you have to do here, you have to fit in this place. You have to tell the number. You can read this thing. Narada.
Narada, like sadhus, come in this world to remind Kailash like fellows of their
Dash. You have to catch one. Spiritual duty. 4. Correct. Go ahead. Just as a saint. No. Just as a dash is more interested in dash all day and not dash. Child. Just as a child is more interested in playing. Correct. All day and not studying. Correct. Similarly,
people in this world are busy in rat race and don't give importance to spiritual duties
in human life. Correct. Human life.
They spend their life in vain like cats.
Dogs and cats. And die a inglorious death. Correct.
Srila Prabhupada went to West, he saw very
old people
playing checkers and golf for several hours in a day, not paying heed to
godly life. Yeah. Actually, spiritual life, if there is no spiritual, it is there anywhere? And spiritual duty, yeah. That means the previous one is godly life. Yeah, you all got it very right. Very good. See, now Narada saw that Kailash had died, become old man. Now he became a dog. And the dog was telling him at the door, Narada, Narada, I am here. I am in the dog's body now. See, you've seen this one?
1, 1, 3, 5, 7. Nice. And last number is 10.
Correct?
Give me answer. Pick 1 plus 1. 5 plus 1. 7 plus 1.
Correct? Mathematics are correct or not?
Yes, he did correct. Dog did do it.
Yeah.
How? How?
So-
I want to know how.
See, do you think a dog can be trained like this? Yes. Can be trained?
Dog.
See, what training they give in America for dogs, you see?
But it's the dogs that go to school. The dog heard the commotion and dashed out the door. He looks forward to this moment every day. Next, you'll find out why they're in such a hurry to get to school. It's not just that. Every student loves this school. They'll find their own seats when they get on the bus. Teachers will fasten their seat belts. So what's a new student to do? Just give them something to eat along the route and find a new seat. The students will say hello to each other. Hello. When all the students are on the bus, the teacher will call the roll and give each student a snack. It's a tribute to their good behavior. The school's program is very rich. Students lined up to enter the campus when all the dogs are here. And then comes the moment they've been waiting for. It's like they've got a turbocharger on. Dash into the pool. Have fun in there. But there are many dogs who don't like to swim. The school district provides them with a free range area. The facilities are very rich. After 1 hour of free time, the dogs are starting to learn. In the classroom, they learn how to make less trouble for their masters. It's noon, and the students are back on the bus after lunch. The teacher will take them out into the field. Getting dogs close to nature keeps you in a good mood all day long. This is a great school.
That's all the great school. Anybody understood what they trained the dogs in? You heard it 2 sentences he said.
Less trouble to his master.
How to give less trouble to master and how to be in a good mood and not give trouble. They cannot even tell you 1 plus 1 what is it, they can't tell you. Because dogs cannot be trained. The dog which I showed you previously is a Lucknow dog. Right from birth he is doing mathematics. And he can do plus, he can do minus. Because it is actually a soul in the body of a maths teacher who has occupied the body of a dog now. Some blunder he must have done. The Shastras say that if somebody meddles up with the student, they become a dog. Correct, no? So, Kailash also became a dog like that. Correct, no? Yeah. When Kailash became a dog, Narada asked, hey, Kailash, you left your body and now you become a dog now. What are you doing here? He said, now I am standing at the door and guarding the house. My sons are so foolish, they don't know how to protect the house, therefore I become a dog to protect the house, he said. Still, he was not ready to accompany Narada at that time also. My sons are careless with the wealth, I am protecting the home from the thieves, I am acting as a night watchman, taking care of the house, like that he was telling. Later, after some years, Narada didn't find the dog also died. But then when he was going behind the house, in the field he found the snake. And the snake said, Narada, I am here, Kailash. He said, Hare, you become a snake. Why did you become a snake now? He said, my sons are foolish. So many fields are being stolen away by so many outside people. So I am going as a snake and making sure nobody steals the property, wealth, grains and other things from the field. So Narada understood this fellow is very attached to this place. So he asked her, what are you doing in snake's body? The dog and the snake told him, I should be coming with you, but you see, my sons are so lazy to wake up late every morning, he says. So therefore I am taking care of all that field, like that he said. So Narada immediately called the sons. They immediately came running. He told them, there's a terrible snake in your backyard. And they brought the stick and they bet to the snake. And the The snake shouted, "Hey, my son, don't you see I am your father?" The snake's body. They didn't care about him. And they killed him. Because at the time of death, the snake was looking at Narada. So he later on got a human body and went on to become a devotee. And then he went back to Godhead. So, therefore, in the Kailash story, we understand Kailash was always in snooze mode. In the morning, people put snooze, no? An alarm clock, 4 o'clock. Immediately. After 5 days, get up. Like that. So he was always postponing like that. So these things I told you about not polishing the cage but feeding the bird. I told you. Yeah, I told you this thing. Prabhupada says this. When a man is diseased, you give him diet and medicine. The food and medicine for the soul is Krishna conscious lifestyle. And chanting of Hare Krishna mantra. Please tell the answer. Or you can read it.
Soul can be comforted only by material adjustments, spiritual food, Krishna consciousness, dharmasya glani, pollution of duty.
C. And B.
Only by. And also by B and C. B and C. One more.
No balance means polishing the cage and ignoring parrot within, servicing the car and not feeding driver. Keeping busy in bodily comforts one after another, looking after the bodily necessities and ignoring the needs of soul, not knowing the art of managing both home and profession.
A.
B and C.
B also is correct. C also is correct. All A, B, C, D. All four are correct. Correct, huh? Yeah, because there's no balance. See, what is the balance? Don't increase the material life like 104, 105 degree Fahrenheit. Increasing material life is like increasing fever. Because you will see, when materialism increases in a family, even brother and brother quarrel also. You will see that. There are rich families in India, top-notch families, millionaires families, even they quarrel. Because then money becomes the center of life and they become very selfish also. So reduce the materialism to such a degree. We don't say make it 0, make it 98.6 degree Fahrenheit, correct, no? Then there is a balance, material spiritual balance. Like you see, green bamboo can be bent, but a dry bamboo cannot be bent. If you bend a dry bamboo, what happens? It breaks. Similarly, you will see young children on green bamboo. See how sweet they look. They can become easily Krishna conscious. Therefore, from young age, you should give them Krishna consciousness. Yeah. So, Prabhupada is saying, the old dog cannot learn new tricks. Prabhupada said that. Yeah. Prabhupada says, a man gets old, but even in old age, if nobody is at home, he gets a pet dog to walk the dog. Because they don't know what to do in their old age. Prabhupada said, if you are serving dog and you don't serve God, then actually you develop similar mentality. Because there are many people who so much pamper the dog, their face also becomes similar to that. Because the consciousness. So some of you may say, you mean to say we cannot take care of dogs, pets? Actually, that should not be the goal of your life. Goal of life is God consciousness. Now we will not go into this. Now we will conclude this. If there is any activity, we will do that. Being responsible in our duties. I have already told many of the things beginning of the class. This is the last part. Okay. This is like a revision. So this is one lesson. This one lesson to teach, it takes actually 1.5 hours. Now I started at what time today? Approximately. Almost 7:28 I started. I did Kirtan also, I think. So now it's close to 8:50, almost 1 hour 20 minutes I spoke. If somebody is teaching this, you could teach it in 2 sittings also. 45 minutes we can do that. So like this, I have 75 lessons like this. We have. So this, if you do this for a group of students, in about a period of 1 year, they come to Krishna consciousness. 16 rounds they come. So in India, what we do, we do weekly this kind of program, but in a year we take them for 3 outings we take. There in outings we do more lessons. So it gets, instead of 75 lessons, ideally may take you, like in a year we have 52 weeks, correct, no? So 75 lessons means 1.5 years. But instead of 1.5 years, we finish in 1 year only. 1 year we complete it and they come to 16 rounds. And many of them become very fixed up devotees. So we made this colorful PPTs because activities are also inbuilt in between. If you don't want to use the PPT, we have a PDF also of this. So I'll show you where this is available. I'll show you. See, you go to the website radheshyamdas.com. www.radheshyamdas.com. If you click it, in your mobile also you can get it. If you want to try that, you will get this immediately. You get it. So when you go here, go and click this first one, newcomers. First, if you click, here if you see applied spirituality, first one you see, fundamental spirituality. The third one is game, which is what I used now, just now. Gita for all made easy. Otherwise, in applied spirituality, there are more lighter courses, like self-development, 10 session courses, very, very light, Mahabharata series, all these things. That's for newcomers. And fundamental spirituality is Discover Yourself course, which is in 6 sessions, 8 sessions this one, or this is Gita and Radheshyam course, 4 sessions. Either of the two you can conduct, which means generally what you should do, you are approaching any newcomer, first go to the applied spirituality and take 1 session and teach it. It's called one-time program, we call it. Like I am going to do tomorrow, I think, in OSU. It's a one-time program. First is one-time program, then 8 session or 4 session, either of the two you can take. Either Discover Yourself or Gita and Radheshyam. And after you do that, boys, girls become a little more serious. Then take them to the third one. Third one is the Gita for all ladies. Here these fonts are given. See, course 1, each course has 5 lessons like what I showed you now. Like this one is reincarnation. Like 5 lessons. Now if you want each lesson, you go and click this button, you get the PDF. Similarly, you will also get PPT also. Some of them have PPT, some of them have PDF. You can immediately download it. And how do you know how to teach it? You can go to the button, YouTube button here. Click it, then you get the corresponding video of that. Immediately get the video. So I have spoken. So I have spoken it like the way I spoke now. Like that I spoke. So you will get additional examples in the video. Then the lesson. So take the lesson, take the video, sit down and prepare yourself, and then invite the students, do one-time program, 8 session program or 4 session program, and then take them through this for a period of like say 1.5 years. And this is a proven method because last 30 years we are using this in India. I have been developing it little by little by little. Now it's like fully developed like a proven method, and we have many. In India alone, we have 10,000 youths chanting 16 rounds. And we have 679 youth preachers. Just like I am one of the youth preachers, we have 679 youth preachers in India alone. Bangladesh alone, we have 50 centers, and there are about 120 Bengali preachers. I go every year, one week to Bengal, I go. So now I am going to many of the temples in America now to share this course with them. So this is called Gita for all made easy course, and it's available here. See, if you go to the home, the first thing you have to click is this, newcomers. Click the newcomers, and in that you get, first one is one-time program, second one is 8 session or 4 session, and then get Gita for all made. These 3 boxes, if you know it, good enough. Everything you have. So from there only, just now what I got is here. If you see this one, of course, I think this Nagari drama is here, and Kailash must be in the next one. Yeah. This must be in this one. So these are each of the topics has many multiple notes also inside. Okay? So go through it yourself leisurely, take your time. Actually you can see it in mobile also, but if you have a computer it's more convenient to see.